Alright, welcome back to Jedi Jive, everyone. My name is Mike, and today we're going to watch episode 7 of season 7 of the Clone Wars. This one's called Dangerous Debt. This is the third episode in Ahsoka's arc. Last week we saw Ahsoka and her two friends Trace and Rafa get into trouble with Marg Krim and the Pikes because Trace dumped the spice they were delivering in hyperspace, and now they don't have any spice to deliver, so we're expecting to see them get probably imprisoned and tortured and interrogated and a whole bunch of bad stuff in this episode. So it's probably going to end up being a moral conflict. We know that Trace is good at heart and that Rafa's a little bit more sketchy. So since Rafa's the wild card, we're probably looking to see Rafa make a change and sort of hopefully be positively influenced by Ahsoka and make some positive moral decisions, although we don't know that's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Let's jump right into it and see how it goes.
I never figured when I took my ship out for the first time, I'd wind up in a place like this.
You dumped the spice.
We wouldn't be here if you hadn't taken the job with the Pikes.
If she doesn't dump the spice, we finish our job and we're already gone.
The Pikes turn spice into something that ruins lives. You can't profit from other people's suffering.
Will you listen to this? We got a regular Jedi here.
What if I was?
You didn't tell her, did you? About why Trace and I keep our distance from the Jedi.
Uh-oh. Did their parents get killed because of Jedi?
There was a prison break on the surface of Coruscant. Some gangster named Zero.
Zero the Hutt.
They chased Zero and his gang down the portal, leaping from speeder to speeder as they went. Some red-eyed alien protecting Zero. The ship
Cad
went
Bane.
spiraling out of control. There was a populated landing platform right in the path of the ship, but the Jedi steered it clear of that. Right into the portal wall, and on the other side of that wall was our home.
Mom and Dad saw it coming. They got Rafa and I out.
That's kind of sad.
They weren't so lucky.
That's an important lesson for Ahsoka.
One of them came over to me. I'll never forget it. She was beautiful. Dark robes contrasting against her light green skin. And you know what she said? She said, "The Force will be with you." That's it. Then she was off, and Trace and I were left without parents, without a home.
Wow, man. This is a heavy way to start this episode. This is a sad story.
We make our own rules, and we survive just fine. That is until Trace let you tag along.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man. That's a heavy dose of reality for Ahsoka right there. She was having a falling out with the Jedi already, but...
You're not touching her.
Yeah, she's right. Take her instead.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, man. You don't mess with the Pikes.
If I die, you get the family business.
There you go, man. That's all you needed to hear. Rafa's not a bad person. These kids are just trying to make their way like anyone else, and the Jedi are partly responsible for their parents dying.
If you want to know, I think the people on Kessel scammed us.
Oh, brutal, man. So if Ahsoka comes clean and lets them know that she's a Jedi and also saves their lives, that could turn it all around.
Since that day, it's really been us versus everyone else. Until you showed up.
So why'd you bother with me?
It's something my mother would have done. She always believed in helping others.
Don't make them mad, Trace.
How about they don't make me mad and tell me what they did to my sister?
She's tough. They'll show you what they did to her.
Make sure Rafa's okay!
Where is the spice?
I'll tell you where the spice is. I just didn't want my friends to hear me tell you.
Ah, smart kid. Yeah, nice. She can handle herself.
Okay. I'm gonna get one shot at this.
She can use the Force to get out of jail. All too easy.
I don't know where the spice is.
She wakes up shadow boxing.
How'd you do that?
I think there was a power outage, and the energy field turned off. Let's go get Trace.
Not a bad explanation, I guess. There you go. Prison riot. Nice. Nice.
This way.
No, this way.
Oh boy.
Tiebreaker.
No time for this. Wilhelm scream. Nice. Ahsoka's gonna have to do some sort of force-assisted jump. Yeah, she's got to blow her cover here.
Trace,
Yeah. Oh, she didn't just get away with that, did she?
We'll be back for you. Let's get out of here. She won't make it.
She's gonna jump over them. Yeah.
Where'd she go? That's terrible.
Ahsoka!
That's terrible.
I'm here.
How'd you do that?
I'm more athletic than I look.
Oh,
That's not- We
jeez.
don't have time to discuss this.
She got away with it. Nobody noticed her using the force to pull that droid in the first episode of the arc. They didn't notice her jumping 40 feet here. Oh, is he gonna get split in half? Oh, that's graphic. It would have been worse if they ended up with the top half of his body.
This is what happens when you get into business with criminals.
When you're trying to make a living, you don't really think of the possible torture or execution part of the deal.
The Pikes aren't gonna let us get off this planet. Their reputation is at stake.
You seem resourceful. You go disable the gates while Trace and I distract the guards.
That must mean you think disabling the gate is the difficult part.
Looks like you two are getting along better.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving.
Hello there. Oh, that was weak. More stuff her brother taught her. Nice. Cool shot. Oh, wait, was that a headless body? Did they actually cut off the guy's head?
Nice shot.
I think it'd be much more interesting if Ahsoka gets inadvertently revealed to Trace and Rafa. I don't want her to have her secret get kept this whole time.
I think I see my ship.
You might be cut out for this life, but I'm not sure about Trace.
If she doesn't want to be involved with the jobs I do, she can say so.
You're her sister. She'd never think you don't have her best interest at heart.
What's in this for you?
Got any credits? I need something to eat.
Do I look like I have credits? We're busy right now. Get out of here.
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.
Tell that to
I
Shmi
wish someone
Skywalker.
used to talk like you. I'm just trying to do what's best.
You guys got any credits?
Get out of here.
Wait. Are you looking for them?
Uh-oh.
Have you seen them?
The Angel is parked on one of the landing platforms.
Forget about your ship. Let's take the first thing we can find and get off this rock.
Run!
That's a Mandalorian. So maybe that's Bo-Katan? We know we gotta end up on Mandalore soon. Yeah, that's Bo-Katan. She has the blue bracer.
It could be the Jedi I met on Karlak.
Yep.
But if it is her,
Katie Sackhoff.
what is she doing here? Her presence could compromise our mission. Perhaps, but don't forget we have a common enemy. Let's keep track of her. She could be of use to us.
Oh, yes.
You tried to cheat me. Did you honestly think you'd get away with fooling a Pike?
We wouldn't have tried if we didn't think.
Silence! Kill them, and let's move on. Your little friend is still in the city. When we find her, I'll torture her and find out everything we need to know.
Yeah, I think Ahsoka's got different plans.
Now, execute them.
This looks like a fun device. Oh, that's the smart one. The one that wasn't fooled by a Jedi mind trick. Oh.
I think there's a way we can work this out. How about we do a job for the great Mark Krim?
Why would I waste any more time with you?
Can't Ahsoka just use the Force to get them out again?
Sorry. I never should have taken this job.
We live and learn, Rafa.
Yeah, but for how much longer?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, not really much happened because they had an opportunity to set up a big moral conflict there. Like I said, they opened it with that heavy monologue from Rafa explaining how the Jedi were partially at fault for their parents dying when they were chasing Zero the Hutt on Coruscant. So they have a perfectly good reason to really hate the Jedi because, I mean, they're essentially became orphaned because of the Jedi, and that goes against everything you usually think of the Jedi, you know, as being the good guys. You know, it's even the good guys make bad things happen. That's what we said last week. So they had this opportunity to kind of play that up, and then really they just kind of, it's just an escape episode that, you know, they get out, they get in a little tussle, and then they get thrown back in prison again, and the Martez sisters aren't really forced to confront their friendship with Ahsoka yet, you know, and reckon it versus their hatred for the Jedi. So that didn't really have to happen. So they were kind of right where we started at the beginning of the episode. So really, nothing really happened. I mean, it's still fun. Like, this was fun. It was great seeing the Mandalorians show up in Bo-Katan. We know that they're kind of teasing that that's coming next. So it's really looking more and more like this Ahsoka arc is kind of just a filler. It's not really doing anything. I'm not really bummed out about it because I'm still having fun watching Ahsoka, and, you know, the music is great. It's Clone Wars. All of this is fun. I'm just right now I'm getting this vibe of sort of like I'm kind of waiting for this last arc to show up, the Siege of Mandalore, because this one doesn't really seem to be doing much. It's interesting hearing this story from the Martez sisters, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that, like, unless they plan on having that moral conflict, which they didn't end up following through on, so I'm a little confused. Yeah, hopefully this Ahsoka arc ties up nicely in the last episode, because otherwise it's just gonna feel like this entire arc was mostly just sort of a filler arc, which I don't think they had the luxury of doing with this final Clone Wars season. We only have 12 episodes, and we don't want to feel like they just wasted 4 episodes in the middle when they could have done Cad Bane and Boba Fett, or Quinlan Vos and Asajj Ventress. These are all things that people really wanted to see, and they've decided to do this Martez sister story, which is not the worst thing, but I don't think that they are playing their cards as smart as they could have. So if they do play up the moral conflict between their hatred for the Jedi and their newfound friendship with Ahsoka, that it seems like Rafa is more, she's warming up to Ahsoka now. So if you know, I was convinced that she was going to have to use the Force, and she was going to out herself as a Jedi there. That would have been a perfect opportunity for them to be like, wait a minute, you're a Jedi? Like, no, you're not working with us anymore. See ya. Like, that would have been really interesting conflict for them to resolve. But for the second time, she got away with using the Force and no one noticed somehow. So it's a little bit convenient, you know, a little bit weak, but it's still fun. I know people are probably going to complain about it. I'm still looking forward to what happens next. Bo-Katan is here. We heard Katie Sackhoff speak, so we know it's Bo-Katan. Siege of Mandalore is coming up, and apparently the actors, particularly Sam Witwer, has mentioned that this Siege of Mandalore arc is going to be insane. So we know he really knows what he's talking about. So I'm looking forward to what's coming next. If you guys are excited, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.